talk a little bit about sales rank, because sales rank is something that I believe is misunderstood by a lot of folks. A lot of folks will equate sales rank drops, which you can see right here, 130 drops per month. You'll also see it in the statistics, 130 drops per month. And a lot of people will say, okay, so Keepa's letting us know that there's 130 rank drops per month, and that's how many sales there are. But that is not the case. Let's talk about sales rank. What is Amazon sales rank? Amazon BSR, or Amazon bestseller rank, is a ranking for a particular product in comparison to other products in the same category and how fast they sell. The closer to the number one, the faster the velocity. So in my sales rank chart, you'll see that I have my sales rank set here to the highest number at the top, the lowest number at the bottom. So what this means is that the closer this green line is to the bottom, the faster it's moving. The higher it is, the slower it's moving. So what this means is that the closer this green line is to the bottom, the faster it's moving. The higher it is, the slower it's moving. And the other thing that a lot of people will think is that, well, if there's 130 drops, since there's 130 sales, that's how many sell, and I can divide that by the number of sellers. However, a sales rank is only calculated once every hour. So even if people were to grab this data every single minute, well, Amazon only updates the sales rank every hour. And we know that people can often buy items more than one time in an hour, especially if items are selling really, really quickly. And that will not reflect until the next hour when the sales rank is updated. Now, here's the other thing. Bestseller rank takes a couple of things into account. It takes current sales into account, and those are weighted heavier, but it also takes historical sales into account, and those are weighted much lighter. So if something has been on Amazon for a really, really long time and it sold a ton in the past, well, that still kind of weights on the sales rank of the product today, although not nearly as heavy as how well it's selling right now. One of the other things that people don't realize is that you can see right here that this sales rank went from 3637 to 7618 over the course of a couple of days. And so a lot of people might think, oh, well, this stopped selling because the sales rank was just going up. But that's not the case. Items can sell even when the sales rank is going up. It just means that it's selling at a slower velocity than other items in this particular category. So going from, let's say that 3,637 sales rank, let's say that means that this item is selling 3 times an hour. And then we go to a 4,400 sales rank, and maybe that means it's selling 2 times an hour, and something else came in and started selling a little bit faster. All right. That's all that means. It doesn't necessarily mean that no sales occurred. All right. And this is something really, really important to understand, because a lot of people will only think that items only sell when there's a sales rank drop, and that's absolutely not the case. Now, the other thing that people want to know is, well, what do I need to look for in a sales rank history? Well, you want it to look like a really irregular heartbeat, okay? This would be a very unhealthy person on an EKG, but this is a really great looking BSR. Okay, we want there to be ups and downs. Typically, if there's just a flat line, a lot of times that product is dead. It's not moving. It's not selling, just like a flat line on an EKG would be. But when the items are going up and down like this at an erratic pace, this atrial fibrillation looking EKG type of sales rank chart here, we are looking at something that's absolutely moving. It moves slower sometimes, it moves faster sometimes, depending on search volumes and what time of day it is, what time of year it is, and so on. because what we'll notice if we go out to a year, well, we get into Christmas time, and this particular item gets really, really good and never goes above 2,500. All right, so we can see it's not bad, but then it gets much, much better. So what I look for in a sales rank graph is I look for consistency of the ups and downs in these sales ranks, and it lets me know that this item is consistently moving. And this can be at items that are ranked at, a couple of thousand in BSR. I can also see these kinds of things in products that are ranked up in the 120,000 BSR range. Those items are still selling pretty consistently. Their velocity may not be as fast, okay, but it is selling very consistently. Now, here's another thing a lot of people want to know. They want to say, well, if the drops don't tell me how many times this is selling, what does? Well, nothing will tell you accurately. And here's the reason. Seller Amp, Jungle Scout, Helium 10, FBA Toolkit, Tactical Arbitrage, they all have these sales rank or these sales estimators built in. Matter of fact, if we scroll up, we're going to see right in my Seller Amp that this estimates to be selling around 1,400 times per month. Now, I don't know if that's the case. I cannot tell because Amazon does not tell us. Those are just estimations based on data that they have collected over time and their own algorithms. It could be double that. It could be half of that. I don't know. And I haven't really looked at how accurate all of the different estimators are. A lot of them typically underestimate just to be on the safe side. I've never come across one that I think grossly overestimates the number of sales. But that is something that you need to know, because if you're basing it on the estimations of any tool, well, they're going to be wrong, for better or for worse. I can't say. All right, so what we want to look for is we really just want to look for items that have really good movement in the sales rank history. And of course, it doesn't have to all be under 10,000. It could be, up in the 150 or 250,000 range. But we definitely want to look for these ups and downs, these heartbeats that make it known that products are selling pretty well. Okay, so that's the importance of sales rank. In our next video, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about subranks and why subranks are important and what you want to know about them, because this is a way to verify that what we thought about was correct when we were looking at sales ranks. All right. Now, before we end this video, I do want to show you one more time how I have mine set up. I've got Amazon, I have new, I have the sales rank turned on, of course. I've got the new third-party FBA. I have the buy box, and that's it. That's what my Keepa graph looks like. I also have subranks turned on, which we're going to talk about more in the next video. But this is what we're looking for. This is the information we want. We need to know the price history. We need to know whether or not Amazon is on the listing. We need to know whether or not the item has velocity, which is what the seller rank will tell us. Those things can make us pretty dangerous behind the wheel doing online arbitrage or even retail arbitrage. And some of the stuff that we'll go through over the rest of this course will make us not only dangerous, but maybe even effective at being an Amazon seller. All right, so next video, we'll talk about the subcategory ranks and why those are important. And then we'll be talking about more historical data and how we can take some information away from that as well. All right, that's it for this one. I will see you guys in the next video, and we will talk a little bit more about the graphs here.